Hello, everyone. Bleeding Blue podcast, episode 15. Back at you guys. As you can see, there's another guy with us right here. We got Jack Ciccarelli, another one of my buddies. And of course, we got Ryan, the other guy, the other Ryan, the lesser Ryan,
Yeah.
as we always say here. Um, but no, yeah, I am excited because today we're going to be doing a little segment about fantasy because Jack, who was in my fantasy
Who won last
who
year?
won last year, actually. Yeah. Who beat me? I thought I was gonna win for sure. I won like the first 8 weeks, and then Jack came out of nowhere with like his team. Who was on your team? Like
I was wiping. I had a few. I did kind of pick up some of my old team from last year, like two
yeah,
players.
yeah,
I a little bit of a sleeper picks, but I had Aaron Judge. I'm
yeah.
trying to think.
Mm.
I had Aaron Judge. I tried getting Bo Bichette, couldn't.
Yeah.
I Who else?
No.
I I had some Kikuchi at the beginning.
Oh
Remember when
yeah.
I tried
No.
trading with the
Kikuchi was part of Jack's trying to trade because I had Shohei last year, and then you tried taking
Mm.
Shohei off me like right at the beginning. He thought I was
Yeah.
gonna trade him, no shot, and Shohei was
no
awesome.
shot.
Nah.
I tried so hardly, but no,
I,
there's
I
no
would I would be
good.
surprised if anyone who had Shohei in baseball fantasy would trade him away.
well,
Unless they get like crazy packages for him. But
Yeah,
like
there was a
Shohei was just
possible,
too good
yeah,
last year.
yeah,
yeah.
no. I almost gave away a lot. Like I don't even know what I offered you in the end.
I think you offered me Judge, honestly. I think Judge was part of it, and it was like Alex Bregman, two other like
Oh yeah, I had.
shitty
Oh my
pitchers.
God, Bregman was my worst. I had him at the beginning of the year, and then first maybe you could say 2 weeks. It was going. He shit. He
Yeah.
had worst start. Dropped him. Then our buddy Keenan picked him up. He had like a 300 point year. He had 250 batting average.
Yeah. No,
Oh
he
my
was good.
God.
He was good. He was like he's a everyday player, and honestly, he could be a sleeper pick in one of these picks upcoming that we're going to be talking to you guys about. We're going to be discussing our top 5 sleeper picks for fantasy baseball. Jack, you and I have already done our fantasy draft, and I don't know. I think my team's pretty good. Do you think
Yeah,
your team's pretty good?
I think my team's pretty good. Fuck, Will got all of my outfielders that I wanted,
Yeah.
but it definitely didn't go exactly the way I wanted. But I hope that it will work out in my favor.
Yeah, let's hope so. But yeah, let's get it started. Let's just start right off. I'll tell my top 5 picks, and then Jack, you can go, and then Ryan will discuss his. So I'll start off. Last year, my first sleeper pick right here is Michael King. Michael King played for the Yankees last year, pitched to a 2.75 ERA. He made about 11 starts with the Yankees at the end of the year, where he had a sub 2 ERA. He was a reliever for the most part of the year, and that's why I think people won't really notice him because he only made 11 starts. But in those starts, he pitched against the Jays twice, didn't allow a run, or he allowed like one run or something in those 2 starts. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely just carved up the Jays. The Jays had a horrible offense last year anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but who knows? But I think Michael King is going to be a sleeper pick this year. I have him on my fantasy as one of my like last picks. I had him, and I think he's going to be great. He's said to be a starter too. That's another thing by the manager of the Padres. He was part of the Juan Soto deal, so that sent Juan Soto over to the Yankees. So I think he's going to be good for the Padres because they have a little bit of a pitching issue. They've only got Darvish and Musgrove right now that are like for sure going to be starting for them. So I think Michael King could be a really big sleeper pick. My second pick is going to be Tristan Cassis. Again, this guy has an insanely high ceiling. I think he's got two. He's been with the Red Sox 2 years now. Hit 24 home runs last year in about 429 at bats. Surely this guy can be better. And he also walks a ton, so that's great for the fantasy, especially head-to-head fantasy. Third pick, I got Tarek Skubal, who I also got this year, and I was very, very happy because every TikTok I see, it's just Tarek Skubal is going to be great this year. Every time I see him, and the one issue though with him is he just gets injured all the time. And last year, pitched to a 2.80 ERA with 15 starts. Great guy, like great pitcher. If you look at his baseball savant, he's got all the metrics look good. His expected ERA is a 2.30. He's in the 90th percentile of batted ball percentage, K percentage, chase rate, expected batting average. It's just injuries. That's the only problem with him is he gets injured a ton. And then I got a dark horse pick, which I think people are going to shit on. If we post this on the TikTok, people are going to be like, all right, this guy's fucking old as shit. And that's Anthony Rizzo. I think Anthony Rizzo could have a rebound year. I think he hit 32 home runs 2 years ago with the Yankees because of that short porch in right field. He can just hit a shit ton of giant fly balls. That's what he does. And they just end up being home runs. And then before he got a concussion last year, he was hitting 305. So I think he could have a rebound and do some damage with the Yankees. But he's really, really like safe in that lineup with
Where
Judge
is
and
he? Do we
Soto.
know where he's hitting in the lineup?
That's what I was just thinking that it's probably either going to be,
I'd say like 5 or 6.
You think so? Yeah. Because you got Torres there. You got Alex Verdugo. You got Soto. You got
Volpe.
Judge. Volpe will, I don't know if
Yeah, I think it goes. I think it goes Volpe. Then I think Judge will be cleanup. I don't know who will second.
I think it would be probably maybe Torres. They want Giancarlo's another mystery, Stanton, because he sucked last year, but
he lost a lot of weight though. Like he put in work during the offseason.
Yeah.
I did see that.
No, for sure. I don't know what they'll do. It's again a mystery, but I think Rizzo. I think 5 or 6. What Ryan you're saying, I think that could be definitely where he would be in. I probably 5, I'd say. And then finally, my last pick would be Spencer Torkelson. He's part of that. So yeah, again, Tarek Skubal. He's on the Detroit Tigers. Spencer Torkelson also on the Tigers. They're like a sleeper team, honestly, because they have so many like of these underrated players. Because nobody really watches the Tigers. I know you're making a face right there. You're Ryan. You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Trust me.
I don't know about that.
They made a bunch of signings.
You just deride the Tigers, bro. This guy loves the Tigers so much.
I do. I think they're gonna be something. But I mean, again, Spencer Torkelson hit 31 home runs last year. He's the first overall pick. He was a first overall pick. I forget what draft it was, but he has a very, very high ceiling. It's just his second season, and it's going to be his third season coming up right here. He's a sneaky pick. And he was expected actually to have hit 35 home runs. It's just the way he hit them was in the wrong places. So, but 31 home runs, very, very good. I think he's a sleeper pick, and his ceiling's just so high because he's so young too. So those are my 5 picks right there. What do you think? What do you think?
I do understand Spencer. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know if he'll reach 30 again.
You don't think so?
I don't know. Just the way that Detroit, like the team,
yeah.
I just don't really like Detroit, honestly. Like I don't see it.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, well let's hear your picks, Jack.
Okay. Well, yeah, they're probably not going to be any better than yours, but we'll see here. Okay, with first one, I got Hunter Brown from the Astros.
Oh, nice.
His main year was last year, with the year before him playing about 2 or 3 games in the major league, just in the postseason. And then last year, he had his main year with him having 178 strikeouts, with him being 30th in the league. And Hunter Brown had and then if he can maintain his strikeout rate and improve his luck on the batted balls, Hunter Brown could be a very valuable asset. I think his ERA he posted last year was a 5.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It was not great, but I'm hoping that he can get that down. But I think that if he can maintain I think he could be a great contender for the strikeouts. I said. And then with my second pick, I have Emmanuel Clase, who had a whip of 0.73, along with 77 strikeouts. In 2022, since the rule change, he faced some challenges with his whip being 1.16 and having 64 strikeouts, but he did bounce back in 2023. And then
he was nasty.
He's so good, man.
He's
Yeah.
so good.
Emmanuel Clase led both leagues with 44 saves.
Yeah.
His ability to just it's crazy. His whip was 0.73. Class A's reliability in high pressure situations made him a key asset for the Guardians.
Yeah.
Like, he was their main closer. They didn't really have anyone else.
Yeah, and I think the reason why like he gets overlooked is because he's with the Guardians, which is a
Exactly.
very not a popular team. And like so you hear about Josh Hader and Edwin Diaz and Jordan Romano all the time, and you really never talk about Emmanuel Clase out of those
Exactly.
closers.
Like, if he was on another team, like let's say the Blue Jays, for example, he'd be talked about so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
You're
guy
right.
throws heat too, bro. He throws heat. Oh my God, he's insane.
Yeah.
He's insane, bro.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And then my third pick will be CJ Abrams.
Nice.
So he was selected sixth overall in the draft and is still yet to play a full season. With the most, he was included in the Juan Soto trade.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yep.
And he is only 23 years old. Due to some injuries and the trade, he hasn't been able to play a full season, and he is on the Nationals, so he's not with the best team.
No.
But he's been doing very well. He's projected to have a very good season with him he's projected leadoff hitter for the Nationals. And then in spring training recently, he just went 2 for 2 with a solo homer and an RBI single. So he did very well for himself there. But I think he's going to perform very well. And then my fourth one, I got not really a sleeper, you could say, but I got Yamamoto.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Actually, I'd say that's kind of one because we don't know what he's gonna be
We
like.
don't exactly know. So Yamamoto is projected very conservatively this year because he's just played in Japan. We don't know how he's going to look facing the batters in the MLB. So the past 3 years in the league, he's been on the Oryx as the starting pitcher. He's put up under a 1.6 ERA the past 4 years in a row, along with under a 1.0 whip. He hasn't excelled in Japan. The question is, will he be able to, do we see him being able to handle Aaron Judge at the plate? We're seeing Aaron Judge. Obviously, we're not seeing Shohei on the same team, but we're seeing Judge, we're seeing Mike Trout, we're seeing these amazing hitters that they both don't know how to look at each other because it's going to be their first time facing them. No one's going to know what to expect. It's just going to be an oddball. And he's 5'10" too. He's not
tiny. He's all right. Yeah.
He does his training regimen is fully just calisthenics. He's made of rubber, they said from Japan.
Wow.
He bends the law. It's crazy. But I really see Yamamoto. Got him in the fantasy draft, thankfully. I got him 42nd. So I'm really hoping he's gonna do well this year. I think he will. I don't see why he wouldn't.
It's just a miss. Yeah, it's just we don't know the background stats. Everything looks good. It's just like he just hasn't been in the majors. That's the only thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then with my last one, got an oldie, got Chris Sale.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Chris Sale, newly being traded to the Atlanta Braves. I am seeing some very good potential with that. So with Chris Sale, he has not had a full off season where he has not been injured or had any problems. And it's been reported that no injuries, and he's been completely healthy for the first time, which is a big step since he's 34 years old, and facing any problems over the off season would have been a setback.
Yeah.
And then Chris Sale's indicated the major step for Chris Sale as his first start over the offseason, he struck out 4 batters over 2 perfect innings.
Nice.
And following it up with his most recent game, I think it was today, where Sale gave up 3 hits and 2 walks over 3 innings, but that combined for a total of 9 over the offseason so far, 9 strikeouts and posting a 0 ERA over 4.2 innings pitched in
Nice.
spring training. So obviously they aren't going up to their top performance, but they're just getting there. They're warming themselves up, and I think Chris Sale has really put on a good performance in the beginning.
Nice. You know what? I actually saw that he got up to 97, like on with the velo. So that's pretty good. He
That is
was,
pretty
yeah,
insane.
and like he had a
Yeah.
couple really good starts at the end of last year too. Like I can see Chris Sale definitely having a
And
good
with
run.
him being on the Braves too, I don't see him losing. Even if he doesn't throw a great game, he has
Yeah.
great batting behind him to
Mhm.
save him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he will be okay.
Fair enough.
He's also underlooked too on that team because they have great pitching too, right? They got
Strider.
Max Fried
Strider,
and
yeah.
and Strider, yeah. So I think
No,
that's a great pick.
yeah.
Yeah.
But those are my 5.
Nice. Okay, cool.
I like that.
Cool.
I like
All
that a
right,
lot.
Ryan. Let's hear what you got to
All
say,
right,
man.
so here we go.
Oh no.
So I got my top
Uh-oh.
5 here. Last year, actually no, wait. Okay, no, I'll talk about that another time. But okay, so here, number 5. This is a weird one. He hasn't been signed yet, but I'm gonna go with Joey Votto.
Joey. Okay.
Joey, oh my,
Joey
okay.
Votto. He's been making these Instagram videos, been like, I want to play, man. I want to play. He wants to
Yep.
prove himself, right? Cincinnati's not giving him the money. Bring him over to Toronto, make him like a locker room guy. Him and Danny Burgers can hit it off, you know what I mean? So yeah, give me Joey Votto at 5.
Uh,
At the 4 spot, give me another old guy. But I don't know, he just got that side to him. Give me Jesse Chavez. I think
Jesse Chavez.
yeah,
Whoa.
he's got the glasses. I don't know, he's just underrated to me. He's got like that pointy hat. It's like not like, weird. But yeah, okay, give me Jesse Chavez at 4. 3, I feel like this is like he's been always consistently good. So this is not like it's not like a Jesse Chavez, kind of shitty, but give me a Nelson Cruz at 3.
Didn't that guy retire?
No, he didn't.
He did.
No,
He
he's still
announced his
playing.
retirement. He
No,
announced.
he's still playing. What? He's still playing.
Yeah, your next
Yeah,
pick's
give
gonna
me.
be Josh Donaldson or something.
No, it's
Probably.
not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Give me Nelson Cruz at 3. He still rakes, man. He's projected to get 11 homers this year. It's a good underrated last pick in the draft, especially if you're in like a 12-14 teamer.
Yeah, he retired.
He retired?
2 confirmations right here.
Nelson
Yeah.
Cruz retiring after 19 seasons.
Oh boy. All right.
All right.
Well, I'm still sticking with it. He might come back. At number 2, you might have already guessed it, Ryan, but give me Josh Donaldson.
Oh wow.
I think
Another retired guy at play.
Yeah,
He
another
retired?
one. He just announced it
retired.
today.
Are you
Today.
serious?
Yeah.
Just today, he put out he is
Oh,
done.
that was a perfect pick. Oh my God, Josh Donaldson. He should have came back to the Jays, man. He'll probably sign like a 1-day contract, but no, I'm still sticking with him. I'm still sticking with him. Give me Josh Donaldson at 2. And my number 1 pick. This one might be the winner. I got Roberto Osuna. Give me him at 1. He's still young. He's still 29. Could make a major comeback and boister that shitty Jays pitching staff that I was talking about last week. Because boy, do they need it after these spring training games. So give me Roberto Osuna at 1.
All right, so we've got 2 retired players. We've got a allegation with like assault right here. You got Joey
I'm pretty sure he did it.
Joey Votto,
who's
who's
shambles. None of them will play this year.
None of them will play. Who was your 4th pick? Jesse Chavez. Oh yeah, he's like a minor league reliever for the Chicago White Sox too.
Oh shit! I thought he was starting.
Actually, he might. I don't know if he's starting, but I know he's like
Nelson Cruz is definitely playing. Come on,
no, he's not.
He's not retired.
No, he's not. All
right. You know what? I was just joking. I have 2 lists.
Okay.
I have 2 lists. That was just bullshit. All right, here we go. This is my actual list. No bullshit. All right, number 5. Give me Brandon Pfaadt. I think you know, in the playoffs, he was lights out. I think he was playing amazing. Give me him.
What team does he play
Arizona
for? Oh yeah, Arizona. Okay,
Diamondbacks.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
like
Kind
that
of
did
pick.
put up a good
led them to
year.
the World Series. Had an
I do like
amazing
that pick. Yeah.
postseason.
I think
Amazing
he was
postseason.
hitting like 300 in the postseason. I'm
No,
pretty
he's a
sure.
pitcher.
Like
He was
no,
the
He's a pitcher.
yeah, he
Pitcher.
was
Starter. He was a
I'm
rookie
talking.
last year, I think. Brandon Fott.
Oh, okay.
Brandon
Oh,
Fott.
yes,
Yeah.
yep. I'm
He's like
bullshit.
24, 25, I think. Yeah. Great player. Great player. I think he'll do well this year. Leading off that, you know, off that postseason that he had. At number 4, give me Stephen Kwan. He's kind of
Got
like
him
that
on my
waiver guy.
fantasy.
Like if you get someone injured, he's always there on the waivers to pick him up. So I think that's a good pick for anyone who's you know, if someone gets like a long-term injury at the beginning of the year, one of your, you know, outfielders, pick up Stephen Kwan. I'm telling you, that guy can hit. At number 3, give me Brandon Lau on the Tampa Bay Rays.
like that one.
Another guy who can hit bombs. Who's he plays second base,
Yeah,
right? Second
second.
base. Yep. Brandon Lau. Yep. I like him a lot. I had him a couple years ago. He was amazing. It was that one year where he had 39 homers. He was
Yeah,
like
he's
an underrated
20,
pick that year.
I think it was 2021. Yeah, he was really
Yeah,
good.
underrated pick that year. At number 2, I got a rookie, Francisco Alvarez on the Mets. Catcher option, because obviously, you know, catchers are it's a one position. You can't like spread it out, right? And there's not a lot of good hitting catchers, right, in the league. You only got a couple of ones that are like, you know, that hit consistently well. Like what's his name on the Braves?
Sean Murphy,
Sean Murphy, yeah, or Alejandro Kirk.
Will
Guy can hit
Smith.
bombs.
Yeah,
Yeah, like Danny Jansen, who hits well. So yeah, I got Francisco Alvarez might have a big year this year, seeing as his rookie. So I'll put him there. And then number 1 for me, on the Cardinals, Jordan Walker,
oh,
another
good
good
one.
prospect, coming up from St. Louis. I really liked him. I think he might have a big year this year. The Cardinals, you know, their older team, like they're bringing Jordan Walker. I think he played. Did he play the whole season last year?
He
Jordan Walker.
got sent down to the minors like
Okay.
after like a first month, and then came back and was still really good. He was he was really good last year. I
Yeah,
remember.
like in like MLB The Show, like the video game, he absolutely rakes for me. Obviously that doesn't really apply to the MLB season, but just because I like him in the game, but he's also a great player in general. So give me him, great outfielder as well, can play well in the outfield. So yeah, me Jordan Walker at the one spot. So that's my actual list.
What's your actual one?
No bullshit after the
After
parody
Nelson
one.
Cruz, yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Roberto Osuna was a great choice, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean that dude is disgusting though. It's actually funny if like I've checked out his stats in Japan because he played in Japan, he played in the Mex. His stats in Japan are like disgusting. He is still such a good pitcher. He is
Yeah.
still that's
That
the
is so
funny part
funny.
about it. Like he could play in
Yeah.
the MLB still if he wanted
So
to.
saying the Jays need him because the pitching staff sucks. Buck Martinez loves to jerk
Our
off that pitching
batting
staff, bro. I'm telling you.
Our batting staff's no better either. They
Yeah,
ruined Vladdy.
Don Mattingly leads the lead, bro. Fuck
Oh
him.
no. Oh god.
What are we thinking Davis Schneider is gonna put up the same year he did last year? Like what are we thinking from him?
That's a
I
good
want
question. Okay, well, I think that Davis Schneider, he was really good last year. Had a lot of had like 11 home runs, above 1,000 OPS. But I think from watching him in spring training, I've seen a lot of strikeouts from him. I'm
he's
seeing a
hit a
lot.
bomb.
He has hit a bomb, but there's a lot of strikeouts. I think I think he could make the team as like a bench piece, but I
They're
don't
putting
think.
him in left field too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he'll because there's also Daniel Vogelback's been really good, and he might be that bench DH as well. Who knows what is going to happen? There's still a lot of spring training left for him to still improve and like finally make a roster spot. But you know what? With the last, you can't ignore what he did last year. So I think that's a big part of it. So yeah,
Yeah, that first game he played, I remember watching that. Oh my god, man! Was it 4 homers the first game or some shit?
He hit 4 home runs in the first game. No,
Wasn't it?
He hit. That's like a record. No, he hit 1 home run in the first game. He had like 2 hits that game, and then
I swear he had like 4 homers in like the first game. I swear.
No, he had 1 home run in the first game.
Oh boy.
And then in like but he had like 11 home runs overall that entire
better
period.
than Babe Ruth stats. Like his first 10 at
That's
bat,
right. That's
like,
right.
Yeah.
Babe Schneider. Yeah. That's his name. Jack, I got one last question before you take off. What do you think about the Matt Chapman trade?
Matt Chapman trade.
Oh, sorry, signing. My apologies. Yeah.
Oh yeah. 3 year, he royally fucked himself.
Yeah,
completely. He could have got big time money with the Blue Jays, but he decided the Giants. Like, I was not expecting the Giants. That was definitely was not expecting that. I had him on my fantasy last year. I ended up dropping him near the second half of the year. Started shitting the bed. Like, he was not too good. He was hitting around 250 and he dropped to around 200 batting average.
Yeah.
Like, he was not performing well. So I switched him out for another mediocre third baseman who performed better.
Yeah.
But I do see him like hitting, like still performing well with him getting a Golden Glove last year. But it's really going to be tough to see with the Giants, because where did they come last year in the end? Like,
they came like 3rd or 4th, I think. Yeah, 4th, I think, because they started off kind of hot and then they trailed off near the end. The one issue with them is offense, and I feel bad for those Giants fans that are going to have to watch so many strikeouts of Matt Chapman. Just strikeout after strikeout, just like, because he would just he would whiff on fastballs right down the middle, like a 92 mile per hour fastball right down the middle. And so I can't watch that. I have PTSD from watching that at like when there's like bases loaded, 2 outs, and Matt Chapman comes up to the plate and just whiffs. And like,
there were so many scenarios where that happened.
Yeah, and then it pans to him walking back to the dugout, and I could literally like I know the look that he does too. He looks up at the sky and he goes like that as he walks to the dugout. I can't stand that. I like that.
All the homies fucking hate Matt Chapman.
Yeah,
fuck him.
I mean, but I could use him though as a third base because he's consistent and has really good defense. So it's like, and then he's also hit like 36 home runs before. So
we'll just wait for him to yell at the Giants coach. Yeah,
and then they'll trade him.
When Shohei got hit the home run and he yelled at John Schneider.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, I remember that. That just goes to show, like, there's something wrong with this team, like, right away. But
only good vibes in Toronto. We don't need another Matt Chapman. We don't need a Matt Chapman.
We got
in the dressing room.
As Frank the Tank called him, Matt Crapman. That's like his name there. So Matt Crapman. But yeah. All right. Well, Jack, thank you so much for joining us, brother. We love this segment.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, we'll surely get you on again. We'll discuss some more fantasies, discuss some more baseball and Blue Jays with you. But yeah, it was a great time. Enjoy your evening, my friend.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys for having me again. It was nice to be on, and I hope to be on here back again soon.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that was the segment with my buddy Jack. Great guy. Love Jack. He's I've known him forever. So and he's a huge baseball fan. So we'll definitely have to get him on again. I guess we should get into some Leafs discussion because those guys have been doing great as well. Man, other than that game against Vegas, it was all right. Like I mean, it was bound to happen after 7-game win streak. 6-2 loss. I mean,
and plus Vegas lost. We destroyed them last week, so they wanted the revenge, right? So
they got it.
I was not expecting. I was not even expecting them to beat Colorado on the weekend, like last weekend.
Yeah,
but I was expecting a blowout.
Yeah,
soon. No, I was either from Vegas or the Rangers.
Yeah, but they bounced back. Who scored the goals in the Golden Knights game? It was Reeves and Bertuzzi.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, Reeves, man, that guy's been. We'll get into a little bit of discussion with him in a bit, but yeah, he's been killing it. Bert, they keep saying on the broadcast he's got his birthday thing or whatever. He's like, oh, the birthday continues for Bertuzzi. Like the, I mean, sure, let's do it. Yeah, he keeps scoring
Yeah.
goals like that. We'll keep it going.
Yep.
But it was
100%.
yeah, it was shitty game, just a shitty game. But
Yeah.
the next game though against Arizona was a good one because we rebounded. Joseph Wall is back in there. He got the start, man. That was
Yes.
good
Very
to
excited to
see.
see him back. Very
And
excited to
he was
see him
pretty
back.
good. He didn't have a
Yeah,
lot
he
too.
was playing solid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't have too many shots against him. Like that was another thing. Arizona sucks. They are so bad. You feel
Yeah.
bad. And we finally broke the curse, like the 20-year, 23-year curse or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, it was
Like
the last time we beat Arizona in Air Canada Center was 2002, I think,
yeah,
which
yeah,
is ridiculous because Phoenix has been shit
yeah.
since like the 2012 season when they made the Western Conference Final. That was like the only good year they've ever had in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
Oh
yeah,
man.
but yeah, that
And
was a good game. Pretty close the whole time. Who scored there? Matthews scored.
Nyes,
Nyes, yeah.
Nylander, and
That goal was great.
Bertuzzi.
That Marner and Nyes goal,
Yep.
where
Yeah.
Marner was on the breakaway and he passed it back. Oh, sweet. He's done that so many times too. It just looks so good
I think
when
he.
he
Do
does
you
it,
think
man.
he's got a little bit of a fear of scoring goals or something? Like what is it like that? Like
Marner,
that guy?
he's just a pass first guy, right?
Yeah.
He's not.
He
He's
is.
like a McDavid,
Yeah.
right? He just wants to give the puck away
He's
first
like.
before he can. But he's done that multiple times. Like it's not like
I know. Yeah.
maybe he's not. He doesn't feel confident enough, like on a breakaway. Like especially when he had a guy right beside him too.
Yeah.
So it was a tough situation, but he played that well. Nylander with another one. Nylander's been very consistent.
He's up
Uh,
past. Yeah. He's over 80 or 80 points at this point. He's like what, like 83, 84, something like
yeah, he's
that.
bound to get 100 this year,
Yeah.
which is amazing
Yeah.
because paid a lot of fucking money for him, so you better be getting 100 points a
Yeah.
year.
And they've been comparing him to like Elias Pettersson, because
Pedersen, yeah,
yeah, because those two, both Swedish guys, right?
yeah, yeah.
And like they both kind of play the same. It's like usually get like kind of 100-point season guys, like 35 goals, like 50, 60 assists. They
Mm-hmm.
seem very similar, and they're like not the star of their team necessarily. Like I think I don't know, who'd you say the
No,
star
no, Pedersen. I say Pedersen's the star of the Canucks, right beside
over like
right
Hughes?
beside Hughes. I think,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess yeah, he's
Hughes
a
is just
defenseman.
Hughes is defenseman, so he doesn't have that star. He's not. He's like a Makar in the sense where he's like the sidekick to McKinnon,
I think
kind of
Kale
like
McCarr is
how.
better than I think Kale McCarr is better than Hughes though.
Yes, yes, but I just mean it like as a team, right? Because
Yeah,
McKinnon's obviously the star of that team, but like Makar is not far back, right?
yeah,
Kind of like how Pedersen and Hughes, but yeah, obviously Pedersen just got a big contract this week with
yeah,
he's basically getting the same amount of money as Nylander is,
yeah. A
and I
slightly
think
bit
it's
more. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but I think it's deserved though. Pedersen's a great talent,
Yeah,
man.
he's
He's
very
so good.
consistent. Yeah,
Like I saw a stats they were comparing the two together. They basically play the same amount of games. And I think Nylander has like two more goals than him.
yeah,
They have like the same. I think they basically have the same amount of points, but Nylander has a couple more goals. So like, I think it's deserved.
yeah,
I don't think it was an overpaid. Like Pedersen's a great player. Like he's going to be like. Boy, does Vancouver love the Swedes though, eh? Fucking
yeah, man.
Henrik and Daniel Sedin.
Yeah,
They love their Swede. Matt Sundin played for the Canucks when he was older.
for like
Um,
one season though, I
yeah,
think.
oh
But
yeah, but
still,
they
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah,
yeah, they love their Swedish players over in Vancouver. That's we won't get because it's not the playoffs yet, but I'm pretty sure they're locked in to be in the playoffs. But
yeah,
if the Leafs don't succeed, which they probably won't because it's the playoffs and it's the Leafs, I'd like them to win. I'd like them to
Canucks.
win
I'd like to
the
see that
Stanley
too
Cup.
for Michael Bublé. I'd like to see him for him.
Yeah, not just that, but like I feel
Yeah,
bad for them when they lost to Boston, like
yeah,
in 2011, because I fucking hate Boston, everything that they do over there. Just hate all the teams in Boston. But yeah, it's just, Canucks have been, not playing very well the past couple of years. They had that, like, the COVID year, they got to the second round. But I don't really count that, like, that
No.
year. But I think that I like to see them succeed again, because I like when the Canucks are playing well, I think the league is better, is
Yeah,
in a better
I
place.
get that.
Same with Detroit, who are playing amazing right now. I think
Good for
when
them.
Detroit is playing well, I think the league is in a better place as well.
That
So
that Kane signing is looking better and better each day.
yeah,
Like
because
I
people are
was,
saying he was washed, man. Like, oh, he's washed. He's not going to do well, dude. The
uh,
guy
he's been
is
really
playing
good.
lights out right now. He's on like a 10-game point streak or something. Like, it's still I think he's the best American-born player ever, for
Oof.
now at least.
Yeah,
For
for
now,
now. I was about to say.
not until give it a couple years, and it'll be Matthews. But for now, I think Kane stays on top.
He is
But yeah, going back to the
over
Fires.
Brett Hall.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Brett Hall's a goal scorer. Kane can do everything.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Brett
I never
Hall in
watched
terms,
him, so I can't really I never watched Brett Hall. I watched Kane, so I
yeah,
loved Kane as a kid. I remember loving him. So
that's the only reason. Like the Blackhawks are my second favorite team, when Kane, Tays, and Duncan Keith and Crawford, Brett
Seabrook,
Seabrook,
yeah.
Patrick
Hosa,
Sharp, Marion Hossa. Oh my God, that team was amazing. That was my second favorite team.
Dustin Bufflin. Yeah. No, they
Dustin,
were
yeah, Dustin. That was like old
yeah,
Chicago. That was like
he
when they
was like
first
it
won the
was
cup.
yeah. Yeah. It's like
That was a
yeah.
great. I love that. I love those teams, man.
Yeah.
Those Chicago teams were great.
Yeah. No, it was
But going back,
yeah,
yeah,
no, I was
go.
just gonna say, yeah, no, going back on the Leafs, though, like I guess like we were saying, like they are, yeah, and the between Pedersen and like Nylander, yeah, he's been as consistent as can be. Like he's been great
Hmm.
for us right now. And again, in that Rangers game, 2 days ago, he got a goal again as per usual. So it
Yep.
was him, Marner, and Tavares actually. So Tavares is back to scoring goals, kind of.
Yeah, like, he needs to step it up a little bit. I think he's just been the weak link of the core four the whole year. I think he's
Thanks.
just
Ugh,
yeah.
his stats
I
are
think
ugly.
yeah, they're very ugly. Like, they're not bad. Like, they're obviously they're bad, but like, for a guy who's getting paid 11 mil a year, like, that's not what you expect from Tavares, man.
Yeah, 44
Like, if he's getting
points.
paid if he's getting, would you say 34 points?
44 points.
44, yeah, 44 points as a getting paid 10, 11 mil a year. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, let's continue the third game of the week against the Rangers. Probably one of the more entertaining games this year. I had a
Yeah,
lot of fun watching that. Great,
great
great win,
ending.
because
Yeah,
yes, very good ending as well. The Rangers are obviously one of the better teams in the league right now, so their roster is stacked. And like, I was watching, because I don't watch the Rangers obviously, but when I was watching them, like, they're a big team, man.
they are.
Like, they have a lot of massive
And
guys.
they just got that one guy.
Obviously
Yeah,
Rempe, but their defense is big, man. They got Lindgren, who's like, I think he's like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Gustafson, who we had last year, we picked up in the trade deadline, who played, I think, 2 games for us. He's a big player. Obviously, Keandre Miller, big guy. Adam Fox, obviously, he can throw the body as well, and obviously Jacob Trouba, the captain, who's a fucking beast as well. Yeah, they just had They have a big team. Very prepared for the playoffs. I think the Rangers will be, because they got out in the first round last year to the Devils, which was a tough loss in Game 7. I think they're going to be prepared this year, so I was happy that we snuck out the extra point there in the shootout.
do you think they'll be like buying at the deadline? Because I mean they
The
went
Rangers,
they went all in last year, and I'm just saying, like, usually I'm not sure if it's the same way as it is for baseball. Like they might not be as like hard going in, like trying to get a bunch of players at the deadline.
yeah,
Or you think
I
they'll
don't think they're like pushing to get anyone right now. I'm sure they'll probably, like, maybe
acquire?
get one like some random, like a third or fourth line guy that might, add some grit. But like, they're already set, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They got Shesterkin, one of the best goalies in the league. Quick just signed for another year, so they're if
He's been
Shusterkin
good
gets
for
injured,
them. Yeah.
they have Quick who's playing very well this year too. Very underrated performance this year, Johnston Quick. Yeah, I don't think they really need anyone.
Yeah.
They're just consistently going, just beating everyone. Obviously, they
Yeah.
didn't beat us on the weekend, but they're playing amazing this year. So I don't see them. They might get someone. They might. I don't think anyone is like looking to buy like get any of their players because I think they're all set in terms of like signings and stuff. And like I don't think anyone's a free agent. It's more like Anaheim and Philadelphia, like the Flyers, because of Walker and Scott Lawton, who the Leafs are looking at right now. People are saying that Trevor Zegras and Frank Vetrano are looking to are free agents and are looking to get signed. I don't think Zegras is going to leave. Shout out to Ethan Shallens, big Ducks guy. I don't think the Ducks are going to. I don't think the Ducks are going to let go of Zegras, but I think Vetrano. That's a person who the Rangers might get is Frank Vetrano. He used to play for the Rangers actually back in like a few years ago. Obviously he made the All-Star game this year, so he's having a good year. That could be a person the Rangers might pick up. But yeah, I think the Rangers will have a good postseason this year.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, no, I think you're right because after that exit against the New Jersey Devils upset, that was tough for them, I'm sure.
That was one of my favorite playoff series last year.
It was a good series, yeah.
Because of the rivalry, the history behind those two teams, it's great.
Yeah. And yeah, New Jersey's obviously the underdog in that situation, and they want to be the yeah. Hopefully, I would like to see New Jersey in the playoffs again too. They're a fun team to watch.
I just want to see Frank rage more.
Yeah,
I just want to see them lose.
I'd rather see him be happy though, because when he is cheering and happy that his team is doing well, it's the most wholesome, funny thing you could see.
Yeah, but he doesn't cheer though. He's just like, I told you so.
No,
He's like, I told you so.
You should see.
This is how we're supposed to play. This is how the Devils are supposed to play. Like he doesn't. Whenever he's mad, he's mad. When they're good, he's like, okay, that's fine. Like I've never seen him happy when the Devils
watch after when they win it's the funniest thing when they win the he was at the game where they beat the Rangers in like game 6 or whatever it was. Was it game 6 or 7? If you go check that out, watch him. He's like, yeah, and he stands up. And it's the funniest thing ever. So, and you're like, whoa.
Well, they just fired their head coach. They just fired their head coach a couple hours ago, Lindy Ruff. So he made it. I actually watched it before the podcast. He made a video of talking about how if the Devils are going to salvage this season because they're actually like not that far away from a playoff spot, believe it or not.
No, they're not. They're not terrible.
They're still only like 5 points away from a wild card. So they're not that far off.
They've struggled with the Hughes injury and so
he's been on and off this year.
Yeah, he's the magic man though.
That's what
he is, a beauty. Anyways, game 3 though, 2 days ago was really, really good. I was a really super entertaining game. Like Rangers were playing really good. It was a good, just like back and forth kind of game. Both teams were playing really well that game, I feel like, and the goals were just like the goals were based on just somebody's outplaying the other person. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And
that's how it was like the Colorado game. Like it felt like a playoff game.
Yeah, it was
obviously
really
aside from the shootout, but it was such a good, like intense. Like it was like I remember the first period lasted like an hour because of how many stoppages there were, which is like that felt like a playoff game. In my opinion, like the ending was so intense.
Yeah,
like the Rangers scored to tie it up.
Oh yeah,
they brought it to overtime. Like the overtime wasn't that. I wouldn't say it was like the least exciting part of the game in my opinion because the overtime it was just a lot of like stoppages and shit, which I didn't really
I'd
like.
say Samsonov was pretty entertaining at the end. He
had
really
great saves, great saves. That one in overtime on Panarin. That one in overtime on Panarin, that was fucking awesome.
That was a tough.
That was such a great. Great save by him.
He's been a smarter goalie too. He's just making smarter plays as a goalie as well. I don't know much about goaltending, but I could just tell like he's
after he left, like you can tell that he's trying. He's
better, more in the zone, more focused. Yeah, just
exactly.
That's
and now that Wall's back, he's probably trying to because I think he's playing tonight against Boston, Samsonov. So I think now he's trying, because now that Wall's back from his injury, he's trying to make sure that he keeps that number, like the starting spot, right, before the playoffs start, right, because he wants to keep his job, right.
Yeah,
so
for
I
sure.
think he's definitely in the zone right now.
What the hell happened with Murray? Where's
He's injured.
yeah.
He's on Robida Island right now. That's have you heard of that reference, Robida Island?
No.
So basically, it's this one player that used to play for the Leafs, Robida. So we Leafs signed him to a massive contract for like the quality that he was. I think we signed like 7 or 8 million a year,
Ooh.
$7 or $8 million, like 6 year deal or something. He like tore everything in his ankle or knee or something, and then he's just been injured ever since. I think he only played like 10 games for the Leafs. Pretty sure he's still under contract right now. So they call that Robida Island when you get injured and you don't play, but you get signed. Like Lupul,
Yeah.
Joffrey
Yeah.
Lupul, he's a Robida Island guy. Jake Muzzin is
Yeah.
another Robida Island guy. So yeah, that's kind of like the reference I put to Matt Murray. I guess he's kind of on Robida Island right now, but I'm pretty sure he's still trying to come back
Yeah.
because
Who
we still
knows?
have solid goaltending, right?
Yeah, I know.
Like the three solid goalies if Matt Murray comes back. So
Yeah. Fair enough.
well, yeah, big week coming up this week for games for the Leafs.
We got
We got
Boston.
Boston tonight, which is a very big game because they're very close in the same. We played Boston twice this week. Two big games against them. We got Buffalo, who we always struggle against. Buffalo at home, which should be a win.
Yeah.
And then Saturday against the Canadians, who we always struggle against. I don't know how that's possible because it's the rivalry, right? So Saturday night, Hockey Night in Canada against the Canadians should be a fun one. Canadians always suck like usual. Fuck the Canadians. Everything they stand for. But yeah, 4 games this week, and then the week after that we only have 2 games. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like we kind of have a little break in between the Canadians game and then next week. So this should be a big week for the standings wise with the 2 games against Boston and basically all divisional matchups. So
How do you feel
exciting
about
week.
I was gonna ask, how do you feel about the whole Rempe? He's been like the player of the
I love
week,
it. I love it.
the focus of this week. You know, I think it's sick. It's I think like there's a lot of respect coming out of it. It's not toxic. It's like you hear Reeves talking, hey man, I this kid's he's a good kid. He just wants to make the game more fun and entertaining and make it the way it was at the some point. Reeves is always talking about how wants to make hockey more violent. And you know what? He said I was shitting on him before, but he's been stepping up, man. He's been good being a solid fourth line piece. He's just got more energy. He's fighting. He's just the team has more energy because of him. When he's fighting, you see Matthews and Marner and Nylander, they're all loving it. Like you saw that clip, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's great for the game.
So
I think it's great. Like it just reminds me of back in the day when Don Cherry used to do Coach's Corner.
Yeah,
like he used to just show. Here we go. Here's this guy. I think Don Cherry would love this guy. Rempe. Like Rock'em Sock'em, classic Hockey Night in Canada vibes to him.
Yeah. The one thing is, I felt bad. I was like, dude, this guy's got 2 black guys and he has to go in and fight again. I was like, oh no, this is just he's gonna come in. His face is just gonna be like 3 inches like out here,
like a balloon.
A balloon, yeah. Like, and so because he's looking back, he's like, can I? Because he's a rookie. So I mean, as long as he enjoys it and is like, I want to be like that goon and enjoys doing that, then good for the guy. But obviously he's getting not picked on, but he's like getting picked on to be the fighter because he's 6'8" and that big guy that everyone wants a piece of. But he can fight, man. He's a goon. He's an absolute beast out there. So good for him. Good for him for getting his shot in the league because he probably doesn't have as much time when the other guy comes back from the injury. I forget who it is, and maybe he does stay up, but. It's definitely been entertaining from an entertainment standpoint.
Yeah,
very, very fun to watch. So
I think it's great for just the hockey in general because fighting is obviously a big part of the game.
Yeah,
and it's different from any other major sport, right? Because if you're fighting in basketball, you're ejected. If you're fighting in baseball, you're obviously ejected. If you're fighting in football, you're ejected. Any sport in general, other than boxing.
Yeah,
boxing or mixed martial arts. But I think it's great that we still have this toughness in the league, and not people like Nick Cousins on the fucking Panthers, absolute pussy who gets hit, dives, and then comes back up right away, acting
Yeah.
like he didn't just lay down on the ground, act like he got shot in the face, right? So I'm glad that this Rempe guy is in the league, and hopefully he stays in.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
I like him. I like him a lot.
All right, that's a great way to. Who's your player of the week, by the way? Before we get into
Player of the
baseball,
week. I don't know. I'd say Bertuzzi again
that's a good one.
because he's
Yeah,
just been
yeah.
consistently scoring. He basically had he had 3 goals this week. Like
Mhm.
he's just consistent, just 1 goal a game. Just all that's all you got to do is contribute in some way. Just great playing. I think Marner again, like Marner and Bertuzzi were great this week again. I had them last week, but I'm just gonna keep giving it to them again.
I'm gonna go with Domi for my pick this week. He's
Yeah.
been getting a few assists in the last game. Got the overtime final goal, I guess you could say. It's
Mhm.
not like it, yeah. So he got that final goal in the shootout. Sorry, and yeah, I'd say that'd be my pick of the week because he's
Yeah.
been consistent. Those guys have been consistent. They haven't been like the reason goals are being scored.
Mhm.
So good for them, I'd say. Um,
Any more Jays talk that we have?
Oh yeah, we got a bit of stuff. I don't want to miss the game,
Okay.
but yeah, I was
No.
gonna
Let's
say,
go. Let's go.
yeah,
Let's
no,
talk
let's
about
let's
it.
let's 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 get into it. I want to first start off though by saying, I mean, we finally have a TikTok that has gotten success. However, it has been a TikTok at our expense. So that has been hurtful. So I mean, any regrets on your comments, Ryan? Anything you have to say?
About Buck Martinez.
You can't
Buck
diss Buck
Martinez.
Martinez, bro. You can't
Okay,
be.
listen. Okay, anyone who says I have horrible baseball knowledge, you're right. I'm not. I'm not a baseball guy. I'm hockey and football. I enjoy baseball, but I'm not like Ryan here, who's a big baseball guy. But Buck, I'll say this. I apologize to Buck Martinez, absolute legend in the sports world, especially Toronto. Um,
And sorry
like
to
I love him.
all,
I love him.
yeah, and sorry to
It's
all the crybabies in the comments that
yeah.
are getting mad. That's the other thing.
I love Buck Martinez. He's a part of my childhood when the Jays were great in the playoffs in 2015, 2016. Like memories, so many memories of him.
Yeah,
Like I love him. I love the guy.
I
But you
do.
got to
Yeah.
realize you can't be giving up 14 runs in any game. That's all I'm going to say. I don't care if it's spring training or if it's the goddamn World Series, okay? I remember I was looking at the TikTok again and you were saying that it's minor league pitchers. But
Yes.
they're also going up against minor league batters.
Yes.
That's also another thing. So it's basically like they're playing a AAA game
But
or a double A game.
as I explained before, they're also working on certain pitches, like Bowden Francis was, and like Nate Pearson was. And it's the first game of a minor league spring training, which means it means nothing. It means nothing. It does not matter. It does not matter. It's
Okay. Well,
nothing.
as the games have been going on, the runs have obviously lowered. So
Yes,
I'll stop
exactly. There you
dissing
go.
the pitching staff. I'm excited for this year. I hope they improve after those first couple of games of just giving up loads of runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for this year. Don't diss me, Jays fans or baseball fans in general. I'm not that efficient on this kind of stuff. But if you want to meet me in the ring for hockey or football stuff, come at me, bitch. All right? Come at me in the comments.
I
Fuck
love
you.
it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
but
I love it.
baseball's not my thing. But
Yeah.
I love watching it.
No.
I'll definitely participate in talks.
Yeah.
I'm just
No,
here.
you
I'm
have
just here
to.
for the laughs, guys. I'm here
Here
for
for
the
the
laughs.
laughs. Here for the laughs and
Yeah,
love. Yeah. Live, laugh,
yeah.
love, as they say. Um, Vladdy, let's talk about him, man. Because
Hmm.
today he went 2 for 3 with a nuke. I'm gonna tell you right now, there was up to this point, I was a little bit worried just because he wasn't. There's such a big pressure on him, and even I'm putting this pressure on him myself as a fan. I want him to do well. I want to see him do well too, and I'm worried if he's not going to be doing well, that he's just going to be like he was last year. And there's this whole big thing that he needs to be like he was in 2021. He's got to switch it up. He's got to lose the weight. He's got to find a better approach at the plate, because that was, I think, his biggest issue in 2022 and 2021. So what I had been seeing in these past couple of days when he was in spring training games, he wasn't barreling up balls. He wasn't having an approach. But again, because spring training, it's early, it does not matter. And today we got to see a 438 nuke by Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Absolutely crushed it. And then, of course, his next at bat, it's an out. It's a sharp line out, as they say on the MLB app. That was 398 feet, 110 off the bat, which is also ridiculous. I don't know how that ball that didn't go out. 110 off the bat is very, very, very fast. That's home run speed, like you saw with the 438 home run. Then he gets the RBI single to left field, pulling the baseball, which I love to see. So, and he's also using his new approach. He's using his new swing where he's holding the bat with two hands, finishing with two hands on the bat, which is good. I like to see him consistently using that approach and him getting success out of that approach. So that's what I want out of Vladdy. That's what I want. And I think if he can do this, you look at the spring training stats, again, not going to look into it too much, but the people with the most hits are Vladdy and Bo right now on the team. We also got to see
Bo's always up there, though. Yeah, that's expected of him.
I love him, and I love to see that Bo and Vladdy are the two guys that are getting the most hits, because that's what I want to see. I want to see them at the top of the order and having success, and that's what you love to see. And then also you got Kirk hit a home run yesterday as well. He's already had 2 home runs. Yeah. That's another guy that had trouble last year. If he can do this, be hitting home runs like he did in these past couple weeks, that's awesome. That is
Kirk's
awesome,
my boy, man. Kirk will always be my boy.
Yeah, he's awesome. So, and he's looked really good this spring training. He's not delayed, because he had that delay last year with his baby was born like during spring training. So he's with this
getting it down. Kirk, he's getting it down.
Yeah, Kirk confirmed has sex. Yeah. So anyway, yes. Good for Kirk. So, yeah. Sadly, though, next news on Blue Jays news is there are lots of injuries. Ricky T is injured. Gausman is injured, and Manoah. When I say injuries, though, it's shoulder soreness for Gausman and Manoah, and they want to work these guys up. They don't want to push them, to the extreme. Even if they're having like a sore arm, they want to make sure they're ready to go. Ricky T starting to build up again, but they're saying, I was seeing this on the Twitter, it very, very exaggerated. I don't think this will happen, but because of the fact that Gausman and Manoah are injured and Ricky's a little bit injured, is there possible Blake Snell or Jordan Montgomery signing incoming because of the fact that these guys, we don't know. It might end up happening.
It'll be coming soon, though, because Chapman's getting signed and Bellinger got signed. So Scott Boras is starting to finally figure out where these guys are going to be going.
I think Blake Snell gets signed by the end of this week.
Yeah?
Yes, 100%.
I believe that as well.
Yeah.
I believe that.
The Phillies came out as a suitor, as a possible, but they just re-signed Zach Wheeler.
Yep.
Which is a great deal. That was an awesome deal, but on both ends too.
What was the money again?
3 years, 126 mil. So that's what's that divided by 4, almost 40 mil a year.
What the fuck? That's insane.
But dude, he's so good though. He's so good. Zach Wheeler, especially in the playoffs.
40 mil. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that much, but
dude, he's an ace, bro. He's an ace. That dude is good.
3 years. I had him in fantasy a couple years ago. He was great for me.
Yeah, he almost won Cy Young. He strikes out a shit ton of batters. Playoffs, he's insane. He's so good in the playoffs. Like he's just so. I think that's a really good deal. And then possibly those could be a signing. I don't think it's going to happen, but that could be something to see.
Always hope.
Another pitcher that looked really good was Jose Barrios. I loved what I was seeing from him on not last weekend. Yeah, it was last weekend. I'm not sure what day it was, but he looked
They
just
lost that game, but he played the first 3 innings and didn't let up a run, right? It was like
first two,
two or
but
three hits or
yeah,
something.
it was like and they were like it was soft contact. It was like one of those
Yeah.
squibblers down the line type of hit where he's put his he's thrown it at the right spot, like he's thrown it inside to the hitter, so he's it's gonna hurt his hands like that. And so that's what I love to see. He's hitting locations in the zone, like in the zone a lot, which is really good because that was his issue. And his pitch mix is great because he has 4 really good pitches. He's got a changeup, he's got his curve, slider, slurve type thing, his fastball, which is okay, but if he uses it right, it could be good. And his sinker's absolutely disgusting. That backdoor sinker that he was using in the playoffs, I love that. Filthy. So, and he's really good at mixing his pitches because I think his slurve and his sinker play off of each other very well. And just love to see what Barrios is doing. I think he's going to have a really good year this year. Hopefully, Gausman can come back, man. It's scary because he's your ace, but you know what? I think there's some guys that'll come up big for the team, like Bowden Francis. I think is going to be a big part of this team.
If anyone gets injured, is Tiedemann going to start?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they want to make his innings a little. They want to get him some innings in the minors. Build him up a little bit more because he has not pitched a lot in the minors. He needs to be more durable and reliable because he gets injured a lot. Hard throwing lefty. That's what happens. And then my last thing for MLB talk is the Daniel Vogelback home run and Garrett Cole. Did you see that? That was hilarious.
I sure did. Absolute burger bomb.
Dirty fucking burgers. Was hit an absolute monster tank off Garrett Cole.
He turned the fuck on that. Oh my god.
Pimped the shit out of it too, bro. Oh my gosh. I was dying laughing because I was out with my buddies and I saw that. I was like, no fucking way. Danny fucking burgers. And then Garrett Cole, of course, he's like, you know what? As he talks like Kermit, he kind of has that
Patrick
voice.
Mahomes. He's the Patrick Mahomes.
He's more Kermit. He's more Kermit though. Like Patrick Mahomes, kind of has like that scruffy little voice like that.
Danny McBride.
Went to the we saw Chainsmokers showed up. DJ Khaled showed up like that, and then Garrett Cole's like, I like to throw strikes down the middle a little bit to Daniel fucking Vogelback, and then he pimps the shit out of them. Like that's Garrett Cole. And Garrett Cole was pissed though. He's like, what is this? March, February? Get out of here, Daniel Vogelback. He's like, I remember this stuff. Like, dude, why are you getting so pissed off? Yeah, why are you getting so pissed off? This guy's trying to make a team right here. He's let him pimp it. Who cares? You know what? You gotta focus on
something else. He said something else about. I remember this in the past. Who is he complaining about? That was like was it Vlad? No, it wasn't Vlad. It was someone else.
I don't know. He was
complaining about like
Manoah hit Judge a couple times, and Garrett Cole stepped over.
That's right. That's right. I remember.
And then Alec Manoah was like, if Garrett Cole wants to talk, he can walk past the Yachty sign, something like that.
That's right. Right. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so he was, and then that was like a little bit of drama between the two of them, Garrett Cole and Alec Manoah. Yeah. But Garrett Cole is filthy still. I think he's still good. But however, he was throwing meatballs down the middle to Danny fucking Burgers, and he ate those meatballs, man. He ate them up. So good for him. Yeah. Good for Vogelback. I'd honestly love to see him on the team because he hasn't looked terrible in spring training. So you know what?
I think we have the heaviest roster in the MLB. That's definitely a fact. Kirky, Vogelback, and Vlad definitely bring up that weight. Manoah, yeah,
Manoah's
for sure.
Big lad too. I don't know who else is big on our team, but those guys.
Bassett's a big guy.
Oh, he's skinny though. He's like skinny as fuck.
Yeah,
though.
but he's still a big guy. Like obviously he's gonna have weight, right? But yeah, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Heavy roster we have up in Toronto.
Hey, that's okay. It is. They rake like fucking.
Eating too much Osmos.
There's no shot Vladdy eats Osmo. Vladdy eats good, bro. Vladdy eats his grandma's cooking, bro. That's what Vladdy
eats.
Plakata. No, that's what he did. He ate absolute plakatas. Or is it a plakata? What even is a plakata?
I don't know what a plakata is. I don't think it's pronounced like that either.
Plakata.
Good
Vladdy hit an
solid
absolute
contact.
plakata. Yeah.
Good solid contact, usually resulting in a home run.
Okay, there you go.
Probably in
Plakata.
Spanish.
Placata. Placata. Yeah.
Yeah, placata. No, placata.
Placata.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vladdy with the correct way to pronounce placata. Let's see. Let's see what Vladdy says. Let's see what he says.
Placata.
No, you're right. You're right. Placata.
There you go.
He's like
Boom.
placata.
Right.
There you go. So I thought it was placata, but it's placata.
Placata. Boom. Okay.
Hopefully many of those this year.
Yeah. I would love to see lots of placatas. Yeah. Okay. Well, that I think ends it off for today's episode. What do you say? Lots of things to discuss. Yeah. Hopefully these injuries are up. I'm like still a long way till the end of spring training. It's like 25 days or something like that, 24, whatever it may be. So we got Vladdy and Bo raking. I'm excited to see what these.
Aren't you going to a couple of spring training games down
March
in
March 16th? Yeah, I'll be going to like 3 or 4, I think. So I'm excited.
Sweet.
I am absolutely excited about that. I was super happy today.
Can I go?
You can go in if you could fit in my luggage bag. Yeah, you can go.
I don't know if I can do that, but
yeah,
I do. We shall hopefully you can get some good content down there for the TikTok.
Actually,
meanwhile, TikTok, Instagram, follow, like, make sure you're commenting. We love the comments. We're not hating on you guys. We love the content.
Yeah.
Any good comments are good comments.
Any comments are good comments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even bad ones.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So keep that up. We love the community here for the podcast. Yeah, more of that.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you.